Hi everybody, Sharon from Mad Paper Crush here. Today I wanted to do just a little process video showing you how I put together a journal page for a challenge. So every day is a little bit different, so this is certainly not going to be, a typical video. It's just going to be today's video for the challenge. So today the prompt for today is lyrics. And so I love the song Feeling Good by Nina Simone, and I wanted to use those lyrics on a journal page. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm taking my challenge journal, and the first thing I'm going to do is just figure out where I'm going to put it. Now, I don't journal, or at least for this one, I'm not journaling in order, so I'm just putting my pages wherever I feel like, they want to go. So after I do them, I try to date them, so at least I know where, what the prompts might have been for or something like that. But that's kind of what I do, is I just kind of look through and find a page that inspires me for whatever the prompt is. And I really like this one for today because I think that it's simple and it'll really let my lyrics pop if I want to. I like the florals that are on here that maybe I can add a little bit to make things get together. So I think this is the one I'm going to use. So the first thing I'm going to do, because this notebook is already getting a little full here, I'm just going to use some clips to kind of keep everything down so that I can keep it together. And then I'm going to decide, what ephemera and things I would like to have on here. Okay, I pulled out just a couple things to get started, but I know that there's going to be more because you always have to put more. But I had this in my just my stash or whatever. It's a little book page pocket, and because I want to keep most of the illustrations on here showing, I thought this might be something good to add here that I could put a tag or something in. And I love just kind of sewing on paper and using that for embellishments, so I pulled that out. And I also pulled out my embellishment folder where I just have a ton of stuff to go through, so I'm sure I'll be using that. And then I just pulled out a piece of cardboard because I thought that might be good as a good base for my tag when I get around to doing that. So the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do my lyrics. So I decided I was going to stamp them, but you could write them out or print them out, or however you'd like to do that. So I'm going to speed this up because it's a lot of stamping I'm going to do. Okay, stamping's all done. I may still need to cut these down a little bit, but I think now that I kind of started thinking about what I want to do here, and since I have so many words, I think it might be fun to put the first part of the song over on the left-hand side here. These somewhere where I can see them, and then on the tag maybe that goes in here, do the second part. So I think I like that idea. So it would be, now let me find all my words and get them separated here. So new dawn, new day, new life, that's going over here. Feeling good goes over here. Itza, all the itzas got to go over here. For me goes over there. You know how I feel stays here. Okay, so we'll do the fish in the sea, river running free, blossom in the tree, with all the you know how I feels on here. Whoop. Yes, I kind of like that a lot. I may need to cut them down just a little, and it might be fun to maybe add some color underneath some of these, because I do like the way it looks just kind of on the dotted page there. but I think I might like it better if it has a little bit more pop maybe behind some of them, so maybe even just some of them. So I'm gonna go grab some more scraps and see what we can do with that. Okay, I decided to go with some maps. I kind of like how they all sort of have matching colors. So I think that might be kind of fun to put behind some of them. So the first thing I want to do is I do want to cut out a little bit more. And I've lost my scissors again. Does this happen to anybody else but me? You know, if I would just put them away right after I use them, this wouldn't happen. Oh, there they are. I just put them away in the wrong place. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is first I'm going to cut down some of these that I feel like are a little big. Because if I keep the words smaller, I can add some additional color to the back of them. And I am not going for straight because I'm probably going to tear some of the background papers. I think that might look fun and you know, give it a good visual distinction from these straight lines or fairly straight lines on the words. But right now the white space is taking up too much space around the words, so I want to clean up some of that. All right, I might do the same thing with some of the, or actually at least this, you know how I feel. It's kind of hard to do too much because when I stamped it, I, you know, wasn't real exact and was kind of up and down, which I definitely like. It sort of looks like a typewriter, you know, like an old typewriter that can't quite get everything straight. So I kind of like the way that looks. Oh, and let me cut off some of the ends of these just to make sure we have room on the page. Okay. All right, now it's starting to look a little bit more like the vision I have in my head. I don't know if you guys have that going on too. You have a vision in your head about something. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a couple of pops of color. I'm not even gonna do that many. I'm gonna leave the You Know How I Feels just by themselves. But I may like add, you know, a pop of color behind In the Sea. Let's do that. And I will use, you know what, maybe I will use something from the sea color here to kind of give that a little bit of a pop. So I'm just kind of looking at it because I think I do want to rip it. So I kind of want to know, you know, where I'm going to rip to. So I'm just going to give it a little rip. And I always go over so that I can tear it down if I need to. So, and you want to have a nice selection of, you know, sides that you can use, and I can probably tear that down even more, huh? So yeah, let's tear that down maybe even to right there. And let's see how that looks. Yes, I like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with on the tree with my green. Let's see, that's probably too big too. But I do like that there. Things are sliding around because my page isn't exactly flat since there's so much going on in there. And then maybe I'll do, I was thinking about doing river, but I think instead of doing river, I'm gonna do running free as the other pop of color just to add some symmetry here. So let's see. And I'm gonna use this red paper for that. And then as I think about doing the tag, I think I'll have plenty of room then with some of these papers to use them on my tag as well. So I think I'm really liking the way that that looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and I do wanna do some distressing on the words, but then also on these papers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and speed it up because that'll probably take me forever. Okay, definitely added some character there, adding on to the distressing there. And I'm going to glue all those down, but before I do that, I think I'm gonna cut my tag. So I want to be sure that it fits in my pocket here. So as per usual for me, I'm just going to make a couple of marks on here for it to be put down. And I want to keep this fairly large because I have, you know, several other words that need to go on here. So let me see if I got it right. And actually, I think I need to straighten up these edges too. That looks better. Whoop. And that'll fit in there nicely. Yes, and the way I'm going to glue this down, it'll probably have a second pocket in the back, but I think for now I'm just going to do the one pocket. And I recently rediscovered my corner chomper here, this crocodile corner chomper that has scallop and cloud on it. And I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I really like it. And so I think I'm going to use that after I cover it. I'm getting all excited. I'm going to use it too soon. But so let's go ahead and cover the tag. And I think I'm going to use some of this paper that I have left over, at least as a starting point. And maybe what I will do, since this matches the pack, I think I'm going to put this down first, because then I can use some of these other papers as accents, kind of like we did here. So I'm just going to, I think I might need a new glue stick soon. Oh no, that's looking all right. And this is supposed to be blue. If anyone knows why these start to turn white, I don't understand that. I mean, I think it still works okay, but I don't know if it's just because it's a different temperature down in my studio room here or what, but I don't know what it is. And on the back of this, I may just leave some room for journaling. So what I might do is go through my stash, of course. And actually, you know what? I found this in my stash too, and I love graph paper and old vintage office stuff, and so I think I'm going to use that. And I know that I have just some leftover tea-dyed paper to add, like maybe to the top where it's not going to fit, something like that. And maybe I will tear this edge and ink it a little, of course. All right, so let's I'm gonna try and glue it all down and then cut it. And you may see the error of that way very soon. So now I'm doing this glue over on my glue pad because I don't want to get glue all over my paper that I just stuck down there. And I'm going to put this one right at the top. So this will be my journal page or journal spot on this page. And actually what I might do, just going to bend this a little so I can see where the edges are since I didn't cut anything before. And like I said, I don't know. I don't want to cut the card, but kind of easier if you come into it from the outside. I did all right, but oops, I forgot this part. I'm not totally happy with it, so probably what I will do is use my straight edge and just cut it down a little to make sure I got everything off. And since I'm cutting through cardboard, you might have to do a couple little passes at it to make sure you get that off. Okay. Let's see. It doesn't even look like I got that real straight. Okay. And I'll get I don't like to use my big ruler all the time, but that little card is not going to work for the sides here. So these don't look too bad, and I could certainly leave them, but I can't leave anything well enough alone most of the time, so. We got into the paper that time. Okay. Okay. I like the way that looks. And then this side we will decorate. And I'm gonna chomp my corners now. And I think I'm gonna try this scallop, although I do like the cloud edge too. let's see, what do I think? Let's try the scallop edge. And I want to make sure I have it. So I'm first just going to try to do the top edge and see if I like just the top, kind of, you know, making it more like a traditional tag. But I think, you know, I'm going to keep going here and do the bottom as well. So, whoops. Here we go. Yes. I like that. Okay, so now I am all over the place, and I apologize for that, but sometimes that's how it goes, you know? You think, oh, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue things down. So I'm going to get out my glue page here, and then I'm going to just kind of put these where I think I want them to be. Maybe first thing I'll do is I will glue my words onto their background pieces so that we can stick them down as one. And often things change while you're while you're doing it, but that's kind of, I don't know, the fun of it sometimes. Okay, those three are ready. All right, so now I think I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to put this one down first because then I can align the word fish where I want it to go. And I like the repetitiveness of this. I wasn't really thinking about it when I was stamping it out. I was just trying to make sure I got all the words down. But I kind of like the you know how I feel, you know how I feel, kind of creating 3 lines there. Maybe I'll do that next. All right, I love it. It's very simple, but you can see it, which I really like because I really like music, so that's important to me that you can see the words. So now I think I'm gonna decorate this little the pocket here before I put it on. So I'm gonna pull out my ephemera holder here, and I'm just gonna kind of flip through and see what I got that might be fun. I always love using stamps, so I might use some of those. And actually, some of these stamps actually look like they might have some of the colors in, especially the green, maybe. So I'll just hold that out just in case we decide to use that. Tickets. And I have a ton of these fussy cut things. That might be fun. Since we're doing this on a floral page, it might look good with the florals there. And a lot of these are huge. Maybe too big for this pocket, but let me just pull out a couple that maybe might work. Or that I think match. Actually, that one's kind of fun. That's really big, but I could cut that down maybe. Oh, I kind of like that actually. And I was thinking maybe this one, but I think I like that one better. Uh-oh. See, I did not put those back in a nice pile very good, did I? Sometimes they get caught in my stitching. So you have to make sure when you pull them out that you get them back in an arrangement so they go back in fairly nice, back into the pocket. There we go. Okay, and so I have this, and a stamp might look nice. And then maybe a word. Actually, you know what? A word might be too much because I don't think I want to take away from my lyrics. But this might be fun. A little, and actually that might be fun on here too. I don't know. We'll think about that. But I like that out. And then let's see. Anything else? There's some nice tickets there. But I think I may go grab I think I like that. I think that was from Tracy Fox kit. I'm not sure exactly which one. All right, let's start with those. I think I like this so far. And I like the idea of being able to just cut this one down a little. So let's see, I'm just gonna cut this like this. All that fussy cutting gone to waste. And I'll cut off some more if I need to, but I kind of just wanted to see. Actually, that might be kind of nice. And I could maybe use this somewhere else on the page. I like that there, and that might even be all that we need. Actually, I think I like that just as it is there because I don't want it to get too busy. And there's no reason behind why I don't want it to get too busy. I mean, you know, as a junk journaler, sometimes busier is more fun. But I don't know, when you're making stuff like this, sometimes you just kind of know when it's done by looking at it. So, okay. A little distress there. I love my little 79 cents. Let's go ahead and put this down. Let me see if I can do that without ripping it apart. Where did I put my, oh, see, my glue stick. I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Oops. Careful, Sharon. Okay. I kind of like the way this is hanging off the side. When we glue it down to the page, I think that'll look nice there. Oops. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down now. I am going to use my Beacon 3-in-1 glue to actually glue the pocket itself down. I don't think my glue stick will hold it as well as I want it to for the tag coming in and out. So I'm just going to glue down 3 sides in case I do want to put anything in the back pocket that is created by this pocket. I like the way that looks. We'll give that a second to dry, and we can start thinking about how we're going to do the rest here. So I hope I can get them all to fit on here, and I do need to do some distressing on these. But let me just lay them out for a second. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to do a little snipping on these too. Okay, so let's see. So I want to leave a little bit of room at the top for an eyelet or something up there. I don't know exactly what yet, but I'm going to leave a little bit of room there. So let's see if we can fit. It's a new dawn. Oh, I am not going to sing for you. Nice try. It's a new day. This is going to be tight, I think. And I wanted to wait to cut this down because I know I'm gonna need to cut this down a little bit so that it'll fit. But I wonder, I like having see if I can cut this really close so that that'll fit like that. All right, I like that, but now this is definitely not going to work on here, but I think what I want to do is I want to just add something in the back. So maybe what I'll do, just looks kind of plain right now, but I do like that so far. Okay, so now that I know that that's what it's going to be, maybe what I can do, did I have things that fell out here? What's going on there? I'm going to just hang on to that in case we add it to the page. Oh, but I just want to maybe add some of these papers just to tie everything in. And that I don't think will work where I'm going here. And so I think I'm just going to put a couple of tears of paper all around, and we'll see maybe how that looks. Make a little collage out of it. Possibly. Might have to chomp some more on the corners, but let's see. So last year I went to Germany and Denmark and Sweden and the Netherlands and Austria to visit some of the Christmas markets over there. So this has some of where I was. I was in Stockholm and Copenhagen, and we were in Hamburg. I don't know if I cut that off. Nope, there's Hamburg. So maybe I will leave this kind of on there to remind me of how much fun that trip was. I might end up covering it up a little bit, but that's okay. And maybe what I can do is instead, let's just add I think I'm going to tear all the edges. so that I can just add some interest around with this. And I'm trying not to overthink it, but I often overthink things, so that's how it's going to go sometimes. Okay. I think what I should do probably is just start gluing stuff down, because I think that might help me figure out, you know, if I'm gonna like this or not. So let's go ahead and start up here. Oh, and I gotta do some distressing. So it's easier before you put the glue on it, in case you were wondering. But let me do all the rest of the pieces so I don't forget. Okay, and I'm hoping that won't distract too much from my words, but before I go on, I'm going to distress my words so that I don't forget to do it, because that seems to be the way it's working today. Okay, let's go ahead and get these on. So I probably should lay them out again, but why would I do that? Why would I try to make sure things are gonna fit? Or my other thing that would happen was I would get them in the wrong order. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the ones at the top first, and maybe I can even overlap them a little. That might even be kind of neat looking. Yeah, so maybe I'll put down my new dawn, new day, and new life first, and then I will put the Itza on top. And I won't worry so much about how the spacing is, because I think if I do this, I'll have plenty room for the words down at the bottom. Boo. Runaway glue stick. I don't know, I'm covering up some of my map there, but all right. Ink all over my finger. All right. I think that just about does it. I am going to, of course, add some distress ink, oops, to the sides here. And then I just have to figure out what I want to put in the top. So and I'm going to do the back too, so that when I'm doing my journaling, I'll have it nice and vintage looking as well. All right, and then I just want to do another sort of once over before we finish the tag. Once again, all over the place. I want to see if there's any place I can put this to kind of tie those things in together. Well, I could just kind of make that stick up out of there, but then I'm covering up some of my you know what, folks? This is going back in the bin. I'm not liking it anywhere, so this will go right here. And now I just need a top for that. So I think I am just going to do a quick little eyelet. And I'm going to grab my crocodile here. And what color? Oh, I think the copper might really look nice with some of the elements that are already on the page. So let's do that, shall we? I'm going to make a mark because I would like it to be centered. My eyelet. And I'm going to punch my hole. Oop, maybe. Oop, I need that. And then let's go ahead and put this in. And I love this little hand crocodile. I think it does a nice job. The one thing which I may have said in another one of my videos is you have to kind of have a gentle hand. If you press it too hard, sometimes you can actually push these bottom pieces up back through the top. So, but that is exactly what I wanted. I think that's gonna look great. And then maybe I'll see if I can find some sari ribbon. Actually, I think I have the perfect color that we can put in there, and this will go like that. So let me go grab that real quick. All right, it's not perfect, but I think I'm going to use it. So maybe I'll use the pink. And I'm just going to fold it in half and put it through a very, if I can, traditional way. And then I will cut this off. Okay. Let's see. And then let's give this a little trim here. I like to cut them diagonally. That didn't work out so good. I probably be using my fabric scissors for this job. But do I go and get them? No. Once again, why would I do that? Why would I do that? All right. I like it. I hope that you'll let me know what you think in the comments. And I think the last thing I need to do is to do my journaling. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.